Hello, for those that missed the lesson, want to recap, then you have a chance to make it maths, and we're just looking at question 5 from the 2020 paper. So just going to kind of run through this quickly. Of course, you hand it in for feedback, so you can always ask for more help. That's why we're kind of just going to cruise through this one. Okay, so it says express FT. Now, wait a second. Before I even get that, let's just check that everything up here is actually in the diagram, or let's see what's happening. The diagram shows triangle FGH. Excellent. Point T, there it is the midpoint of GH. So those two things are the same. Oh, well, they're both X. And angle FGH is theta, GFT is alpha. Cool. So everything that's written over here is in the diagram. Cool. So we can happily move on. Express FT, that one over there, in terms of X. This one here, sine alpha and sine theta. So, I'd wish that it would puzzle, because then I'd say, which rule are we going to use? And we're going to use the sine rule, because, we're dealing with sides and the angles opposite, or angles and the sides opposite. So in other words, FT is the thing we're trying to find out. So let's put it on the top left, makes life easier. So FT over sine theta, well, that's equal to GT, well, that's X over sine alpha. So there we go. Just kind of application of the sine rule, but we want FT as our kind of subject of our formula. So let's multiply both sides by sine theta. Okay, so then what we'll get is, let's do it over here. FT equals, so we've multiplied both sides by sine theta. So therefore, that's that. So there's FT in terms of all of those doodads. Cool. Now, part B. Hence. Now, the word hence, again, I wish I could be like, what does the word hence mean? But now we can just go into it. So hence means we're going to use what we've just found out. So hence means we're going to use this thing here in the next question. Hence, show that the area of the triangle can be expressed as that complicated thing there. Now, the triangle we're looking at is FTH. So let's get rid of some of these other things that we don't need. So FTH. Now FTH, we've got that purple one there. And in fact, maybe let's call that purple. Let's make it a lovely, lovely yellow, because, we've got it in yellow over here. Okay, we've got this thing here, which we know is X. Now, for our area, I always want to think, well, if we've got the area of a triangle, if we've got two sides and the angle in between, then we can just use, that area rule. So, in other words, if we could just find what this angle here is. Now, hint, exterior angle of a triangle says that this thing out here is this thing plus that one there. I think exterior angle of a triangle. So, in other words, this angle out here is just going to be theta plus alpha. So let's just do that and go, well, this thing here is theta plus alpha, just from exterior angle of a triangle. You may have taken a longer route and found that one, and angles on a straight line. So therefore, let's see if we can fit this bit over here, because then we can see everything at the same time. And that is, our area is a half times the two sides multiplied together. So X times FT times sine of the angle in between, theta plus alpha, somewhere over there. Okay. Now, we've got a way of writing FT. So half times X times, now FT, remember, we've got another way of writing it. Here it is. So we could write that as X sine theta over sine alpha. And then we still need to multiply it by this sine theta plus alpha. Okay, and, if we want to multiply fractions, well, let's just put that over 1 and that over 1. So we can multiply numerators and we can multiply denominators. Okay, so let's go over it. 1 times x times sine theta. Well, x times x is x squared. Sine theta plus alpha over 2 times 1 times sine alpha is just 2 sine alpha. And doesn't that look a whole lot like that one? I think it does, and I think on this very special day, it's time for you to just make it maths and enjoy. Goodbye.